Alright, so I just walked out the house. We're gonna head over to the gym here. Today is a tricep day. We do triceps, we do some abs, and then we're gonna do some squats. So we'll do those for today. It's a pretty simple workout. It's more like an accessory workout, doing some arms, but the squats is probably gonna be the toughest thing. But that's what we're doing today. So I'm just walking over to the gym. I just gave my dog a bully stick, so she'll be occupied for about 5 minutes chewing on that, and then she'll be wondering what in the heck happened. That's how you distract them. Give them a bully stick. They love it. Other than that, let's just go in, get this workout done. It took me a little bit longer than I wanted to get over here. We're here much later than I wanted to be, but we'll go in here and I'll see you in this workout. Hello and welcome back for my second video of this channel, Living Patron. We are going to get started with a triceps, abs, and squats exercise today. You should have seen an overview of the entire workout just on the screen before. This way you can revert back to that if you have any questions so that you can see all the exercises that I've done. So let's start out today with we're going to do dips. So dips is the first thing that I am doing here in this exercise, and as I'm watching this, actually, I'm glad that I'm watching this because I'm going to need to do some work on my dips. I'm noticing that I'm not going down as far as I want to go, and I'll preface this with dips is a very hard exercise for me. I struggle with dips. It's not something I've always had in my exercise routine. I've put it back in as I became stronger. Now, I had to work my way up. I'm still working my way up to about reps of 14. So, like I said, it's a work in progress here. I do them because they're hard. It's one of those exercises that I feel more so than I like doing. So this is why they're in there. And I think they just give me a really good pump. I put them at the beginning of the exercise, at the beginning of the routine, because it's a hard exercise for me. So I try to do the harder exercises towards the front. You can see that I'm also supersetting the dips with a tricep kickback here, and I'm doing that with resistance bands. You could also just use a regular dumbbell if you want. I'm doing it with resistance bands. It has a little bit more tension throughout the whole range, which I really like. Sometimes finding that sweet spot with the resistance bands is a little bit tricky, as far as where you're standing on the resistance band, at least how I'm doing it. You could hook it to something, you could wrap it around something if you wanted. You don't have to stand on it. I might do that in the future where I actually attach it to something. That might be the way to go. We'll see how it goes. But again, dips, not an easy exercise to do. Like I said, it took me months to put this into my routine. And like I said, as I'm watching, my form needs more work. I need to go much further down. It is something that I am trying to work on, so don't grill me too hard about it. I'm aware of it, especially more so now that I'm watching the video. But it is something that I like to put in there, even though I don't have the best form on it. So I am aware of it. For my ab exercise here, you can see that I'm doing what's called a plank knee slide. That's what the name of the exercise is called. I actually got this is an Athlete X exercise. I might want to go back and just watch his video again on this to make sure I'm doing this correctly. I'm doing it pretty close to, I think, of how you're supposed to do it. I'm just not sure about the upward lifting motion. I know that he does have an upward lifting motion in there to try to engage your lower abs more. I'm also going at an angle which he suggests. Like I said, this is one of his exercises. I've obviously modified this with the resistance band to make it a little bit harder for myself, which is something that I like to do. I like using the resistance bands with ab exercises, especially once you've been doing ab exercises. If you find some ab exercises that you really like, instead of just doing more reps, I tend to like to add the resistance band into it to make it a little bit harder as opposed to just keep repping it out. Again, it's totally up to you what you want to do. Like I said, I should go back and look at his video just to double check it. I had to check the video to find out what the heck the name of this exercise is called, but that's what it's called. The only thing that it's an okay exercise. I wouldn't say it's the best, but it's something, like, again, I like a little bit of variation in my ab exercises, hit things a little bit differently. The hardest part about the exercise almost for me is just keeping your body in that position for a while. Like my wrists tend to, when I'm pushing on them like that, or when I'm balancing my body like in that plank position, my wrists don't really like that flexion or whatever it is, and they begin to become sore. Also, if your arms are a little bit tired, you'll find your arms fatiguing a little bit more. That's why you see me kind of taking some breaks. It can be a challenging exercise, and I do feel it in my abs. Maybe not as good as some other exercises that I do, but again, it's in my routine now. We'll see if something else comes about that maybe I like better. Like I said, I rotate some of these exercises around to what I like and what I don't like. It just depends on something I might have seen, or maybe something I want to try, and how I feel about maybe adding something different in. So here is my next exercise. I'm calling this the Incline Dumbbell Tricep Extension, and I'm using this with the resistance band. This is a bit of a funky exercise to set up, especially with the resistance band. The biggest issue with this is getting the resistance band in the window where you have good tension throughout the whole movement, and that's the hardest part. You can see I've hooked it to a dumbbell. I think that's a 50-pound dumbbell, so I know that it's not going anywhere. And and then it's positioning where it's going to go so that it puts that tension kind of in the right spot. So this definitely takes some time to figure out and work with. So if you're going to try this, like I said, this is some trial and error stuff to kind of get into that window. I've been fiddling with this exercise. You can see some of the exercises that I'll do that include these resistance bands in them. They do take some trial and error to figure out where you want things to be. It just takes some time and some patience to figure it out. However, I really do enjoy doing them this way. This way I do have that constant tension on my tricep, kind of like a cable machine. I really like cables, but I don't have access to, I only have cables really for that back pull down. So, like I said, this is a way that I've gotten creative to try to get that, to mimic the same feeling. Like I said, you're going to have to get creative and do this. Now, I haven't always been doing this exercise this way. I started it out just the regular traditional way, which is fine. You don't have to add this into it. Again, when you do these exercises, you're going to need to lower the weight. So no ego lifting here. You need to lower that weight and really try to focus on that squeeze. I just like the constant tension that this exercise provides. It's really nice for me. Like I said, it's taken some time to get used to. It's kind of hard to figure out for me, it's kind of hard to figure out what kind of weights I want to use. Another reason why I'm doing this whole video series about, tracking kind of what I'm doing here. So that's that's this exercise kind of a nutshell. You don't need to start with these bands. You can just start with the traditional, or they can be called skull crushers. I do this variation on a flat bench as well. So I didn't say this before, but I'm starting with a 25-pound dumbbell, and then I've got a 20-pound dumbbell.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away, as you fade away.
Yeah, I'm about to fade away, cause every time I wake up I feel like it's Monday. Something's going wrong with all the chemicals up in my brain. All of a sudden I don't look at anything the same way. Gotta build up of my thoughts sitting in an ashtray. I'm sorry that I'm so inconvenient, okay. Just let me be me and I'll stay out of your way. I can see the way you look at me, I'm such a disgrace. I never really asked to be brought into this place. You wanna love me? Well then baby I have a taste. All the highs and the lows, no you'll never be the same. I don't really wanna hurt you but I can't control the pain. If you're sticking by my side maybe we could be okay. Okay, maybe you could be the change I need today. I promise that I've never felt this way. I really hope that you will choose to stay through all the pain.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away, as you fade away, as you fade away.
The reason why I'm doing this way is just because I obviously can't do enough reps with the 25. So, but I can handle it with the 20. So I'm kind of in between those weights. So when you're kind of in between the weights, I just want to be able to challenge myself. So I start out with the heavier weight in this exercise and then pretty much get what I can get and then move to finish off with the lighter weight. And then the idea is that hopefully at some point you get strong enough, the reps will go up with the heavier weight, and then you can start to eliminate that lighter weight. That's the idea, I hope. We'll see.
You're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away, as you fade away, as you fade away. what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. Guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray.
For our next ab exercises, we're doing the ab roller here. You can usually find these if you have them at a gym. If not, don't sweat it, just do something else. I usually will throw this into my exercise routine somewhere if I have one of these at a gym. This gym happens to have it, which is nice. But like I said, I've usually seen them at gyms at most places. If not, you can always buy one if you want. They're really good. It's not a very easy exercise. Like I said, this definitely works a lot of different muscle groups. Don't feel compelled, like you need to go all the way down at first. You know what I'm saying? Stick within your window, feel it out. You want to try to lead the exercise from my understanding with your hands. Try not to pull with like your waist or your butt or your knees. Try to move it with your hands first. Like I said, I do right around 20 reps is good for me. Like I said, I'm working on getting further down. We'll see how it goes in the future. But it's something I've always liked to kind of have in my routine. It wasn't always in there as it's a little bit more of an advanced movement. It can be hard for some people. So, you know, like I said, it might be something that you want to work in later. But if you want to give it a try, go ahead and give it a try and see where you stand with it. Like I said, everyone's capacity to do certain things is different. So like I said, if it's something you want to try, go ahead. Just be aware it might be a little bit more advanced for some beginners who haven't developed some of those muscles yet. So I have not done this machine here at this gym before. It's just a tricep extension machine. I thought I'd do something different tonight, save a little time, and just mix it up a little bit. Like I said, I haven't done this. I've been coming to this gym for a long time, and I've never done this. I'm gonna do single arms, and I have it on the third notch down, which is 45. So, see how it goes. Maybe I'll like it, maybe I won't, but I thought I'd just do something different. Not bad, a little different. You can see my arm shaking, just not used to the movement. I think I need to mess with the seat a little bit, but overall not so bad. Not bad. I moved lowered the seat one to see if that would help. Didn't feel bad, but what happens is it feels different. There's a little bit more pressure on the outside of my hand because it starts to dig into it. So I might just try to put it back where it was. I think it was at 6. It was at 6 and I put it to 7, so I'll try it back at 6 and see if that changes how it feels on my hand. Sometimes I can get really uncomfortable, especially if you're using, depending on the amount of weight that you're using, it just starts digging in here. Now, as I was doing some of my stretching here, somebody actually came into the gym, and I'll make reference to that later. But again, I was not able to get the last set that I did for my triceps on camera, just because, again, I mentioned this already later on in the video that I did want to be respectful. However, I was able to get the squats. So this is, we're coming towards the end of the workout here, and I put squats at the end of this workout. The hard part about that, of putting the squats at the end of my workout here with triceps, is that I'm doing a front squat. So we're doing dumbbell front squats, and holding those dumbbells is probably one of the harder things to do, especially when your arms are fatigued. So I've got, basically this is like a box squat because I've got obviously the 2 steps to kind of give me a reference of how low that I want to go. So I'm usually just kind of tapping my butt right on the bottom of right at the bottom of the steps here. So I've also got my heels elevated, something that I've talked about in the first video that I like to do. It takes that pressure off of my hips. I just find it more anatomically more comfortable for me doing it this way. You don't have to do it this way. This is something that I've already mentioned that I've gotten from the knees over toes guy. So I do like having my feet elevated. But the front, I like doing these squats. I usually do 2 rounds of squats. So I do it on a tricep day, and then it'll be at the end of my shoulders day as well. But again, I've really been trying to work on my squats here, moving slowly, progressing through them and getting the weight up there. So you'll see here in a little while that I think I start here with 40-pound weights, and then I move to the 45-pound weights. So I've been slowly adding in the 45-pound weights to try to, really start to add some weight here for myself. I don't know, that this sounded weird just the way I said that. Anyway, I mean, you get the idea here. Is obviously I'm just trying to add more weight. It's progressively overloading over time. No big deal. Don't read any more into it. But it takes some time, and everyone's different. Some people have stronger body parts than others. My legs are not strangely enough, my legs are not as far as in a weightlifting capacity, I guess, are not like the strongest part. So it does take me a little bit longer to go ahead and really start to add muscle there. But I say after, you got to keep working on it. I don't have a squat bar, or, honestly, if I even had like a Smith machine would be really great. I'd probably do this in a Smith machine if I had access to it. I'm not opposed to doing it with a bar. It's just the hard thing is holding on a front squat, it's holding the weight, and my wrists on it, if I'm using a barbell, really don't like the way it loads my wrists, I guess. You can say, but I ended up doing them with a dumbbell. I've come a very long way doing this exercise from where I first started. I started with just a single dumbbell using 25 pounds, and now I'm doing 2 45-pound dumbbells. So there's a good progress in the last year for me doing this exercise. Like I said, I'm not sure what I'll do in the future, because I'm not sure if I want to throw up the 50-pound weights like that. It's already pretty uncomfortable with the 45-pound weights. So we'll see what happens, but overall, I'm pretty happy so far with how far I've come. And like I said, I'm interested to see what happens in the future here. And I've thrown the cardio in the background to, again, save time. You can see that I do it. It gets a little bit wonky, like I said, because somebody was in the gym, and I really kind of had to be very discreet about how I was recording, which I'll mention again later in the video. But we've got this one, and then you'll see the next squat that I do is going to be the plie. What I call a plie squat. I googled it. It's really like a wide squat, kind of like a kind of what is that? It's a plie, I believe. It's what kind of what the like the ballerina dancers do type thing. I googled it, and there is a thing that's called a plie squat, so I went with it. You got to go with what Google says, right? They know everything apparently. But and you can see I'm doing it here. But this is what I like to do this one. So we do the 3 sets of the regular, and then I finish with this one. Just hits a little bit more of that inner thigh, which I really, I like, just kind of hitting a little bit different segment here as you probably hear me like, I don't know why I was just rubbing my pants while I was saying that. So awkward. Anyway, but yeah, so I do the plie squat. And then that really finishes out the workout. The last exercise that you're going to see me do a lot of is going to be that reverse squat. You probably already saw it in the last video if you watched the last video, but that is the last kind of ab exercise, more again a hip flexor type exercise that I do. But this is my tricep, ab, and squat exercise. Like I said, some of the exercises will change from week to week. This one stays pretty consistent. I do change, I think one of the ab exercises. No, not the ab exercise. I change out the tricep exercise on going between the incline bench and the in a flat bench for the resistance band tricep extensions. But that's this exercise workout. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you picked something up. Maybe you saw something different. Again, as always, I hope you got something out of it. That's it for this video for me doing a voiceover, and I will call it a night. You guys, I will see you in the next video, and I appreciate you being here.
You are so heartless, and you don't care. And I don't even know what I've been fighting for. You got me hoping, and you don't care. And I don't even know what I've been fighting for. Every time I fall in it deep, and I can't fight it, I can't fight it. You wreck my mind, I'm losing my sleep. And you know that it's all that I need, so don't leave me alone. La, 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 don't leave me alone. La, 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 don't leave me alone. I know it's reckless, but I don't care. You're dangerously close and I keep going on. You keep me fading, and I don't care. 'Cause I want everything that I've been running from. Every time I fall in it deep, and I can't fight it, I can't fight it. You wreck my mind, I'm losing my sleep. And you know that it's all that I need, so don't leave me alone. La, 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 don't leave me alone. La, 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 don't leave me alone. La, 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 no, don't leave me alone. La, 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 la.
so I'm walking back to the house now. Just left the gym. Overall, pretty good workout actually. Felt pretty good. Usually I don't feel as good on this day. The squats really kind of take it out of me, so it's pretty pleased with everything. Unfortunately, I was not able to get all the footage that I wanted. 2 people actually came in the gym, which is highly irregular for this time of night, day, whatever you want to call it. So I was a bit surprised by that. So I tried to be respectful because, you know, I'm sure not everybody wants themselves being recorded. So, you know, I wasn't able to get some of the footage from my last tricep exercise, and I wasn't able to get some of the warm-up stuff that I do for my squats. So some of that stuff might be missing. My footage got a little bit wonky for my cardio, but other than that, I was able to get the squats. I was kind of able to do that very discreetly, so because I wanted to get that footage to see what my progress, check my form, see how that was going. But overall, all in all, good workout. Pretty happy with that. Other than the people coming in, I don't know if you can hear it in the video. That dude who was in there, nothing personal against anybody, but he's slamming weights, which is one of my pet peeves. I hate when people slam weights. But the other thing was this guy was chewing his gum so loud I could hear it all the way across the gym. Like, what are you doing smacking your lips like that? Anyway, don't be that guy. Don't be smacking your lips while you're chewing gum. All right, I'll see you guys in the next workout. Have a good night.